This analysis and the concluding trend forecast are excerpted from the following article published at the Market Oracle website on the 12th of October 2014. My last stocks analysis and video of 5th June warned to ignore the perma-bear mantra of an always imminent crash, that instead the Dow would resume its trend to a new all-time high and that the real correction wouldn't begin until September, continuing into mid-October. Subsequently, the stock market ended its correction in early August and then set a new all-time high in mid-September before beginning its real downtrend into the seasonally weakest period of the year. The growing emerging global threat of the year has been EBOLA, the virus that continues to attempt to break free out of West Africa and go global, which appears inevitable, especially given the bioterror threat that is just a plane ride away. Meanwhile, in countries such as Britain, the NHS is virtually ensuring that an Ebola outbreak would soon go nationwide, as instead of concentrating infected patients in a centralized facility away from densely populated areas, instead they've adopted the exact opposite strategy for having the infected dispersed into hospitals situated right in the very heart of Britain's major cities. If Spain's best quarantine and healthcare facilities were unable to contain the virus, then what hope is there for the likes of Sheffield's Royal Hallamshire Hospital, that already has a poor record for hygiene, as evidenced by the fact that each year many patients tend to contract the winter vomiting norovirus. Following inevitable outbreaks in cities such as Sheffield that would literally overnight become ghost towns, resembling something out of a Stephen King novel, where the only signs of life in public spaces will be black crows, and far worse can be expected in countries such as India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and even China, with their weak and patchy healthcare systems that would not be able to contain outbreaks. In terms of the stock market fallout, whilst expecting little initial reaction to outbreaks, but rather it will be when the situation really starts to get out of control come January 2015 that the stock market will become increasingly infected by what looks like to be a series of out of control outbreaks around the world. A break of the 200-day moving average implies a downtrend to at least 16k is likely. Elliott waves. The Dow should be in and is acting as it is in a significant ABC correction, of which the current wave down is A, that should shortly terminate, followed by a corrective B wave rally before a final C wave decline to at least 16k that suggests that the Dow is about a month away from making a low, so probably by around mid-November. Dow channels. The Dow is on the verge of breaking below its lowest channel point of the past 12 months, which means that it's highly probable that the last 16,300 low will break. Trend analysis. The stocks remain in a bull market. The Dow looks set to breach the last low of 16,350, which would target the previous low of 15,350. VIX. The VIX has finally begun to unwind extreme investor complacency, which is good as it shakes out the weak longs, so likely to spend some time above 20 and could even spike to over 30. Seasonal analysis. Back in early June I warned that the real correction won't begin until the seasonally weakest months of the year, September, October, and so the seasonal trend is coming to pass. This year's observed pattern is clearly pointing towards a late October low, followed by the traditional Santa rally into the end of 2014. Intermarket analysis. A weak oil price is bullish for stocks because it cuts costs and boosts corporate profits, whilst the strong dollar is a sign of foreign investment into US assets such as the housing market and stocks. Though I doubt that the strong dollar will continue because the US is still a dollar and debt printing machine. My final conclusion is for the Dow to continue its volatile trend lower into mid-November towards 15,350, probably bottoming out around 15,500, to be followed by a rally to 17,100 by the end of this year. Following which I expect a weak January, with the Dow probably ending the month below 16,500, having traded down to 16,350. Ensure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel for continuing market analysis and detailed trend forecast updates.